So there was a boy, and the boy had a stick, and in a village, and he was caring for some cows, and suddenly he was beating the cow with his stick, and he was beating it. And in this village, they believed in karma, and they believed in reincarnation also. For those who don't know, reincarnation means that even when you leave the body, which means one dies, you come back in the next life, and in the next life, and the next life, until you purify your body from stresses and strains, and you remove your karma, and you work out your way towards enlightenment and purity, and then reach a heavenly life. So this village believed in reincarnation and in karma, of course, and the boy was beating this cow, and then a man comes through, and he sees that, and he wants to teach the boy a lesson. So he tells him, hey, come on, now you know what you're doing, you're beating this cow. Next life, you're gonna come back as a cow, and the cow will come back as a boy, and this boy in next life will be beating you because this is your karma. And the clever boy says, thinks about it for a second, and he says, no, this is next life. So it's a nice joke. It makes us laugh because mainly it's an exaggeration. Of course, if the boy is beating the cow, the price of that doesn't have to be to come back in a whole next life as a cow and be beaten. So what is karma? How does it work? How do we work our way around it? What are things that have been misconceptions about it, misunderstandings, and how we can put this in a complete framework? Karma as a word is from Sanskrit, and it means action. So karma is action. In fact, it could be great action, good action, that is, we say good karma, and it could be bad action, which means bad karma. In fact, there is in yoga, there is a whole yoga approach which is based on karma, and that's called karma yoga. Now we're familiar with yoga as an exercise program for in generally stretching the body and unifying it in many ways. The term yoga means unification, and ultimately this process of evolution guides us to become one with nature, one with the absolute, one with ourself, one with everybody else, and experience that wholeness, that oneness in our life. So that is yoga. And to attain that, you can do it through some exercises. It helps the body balance itself. It removes tensions and stresses and balances mind and body. But it can also be done through action. So you act in a right way. You produce good karma, which means good action. And by that, you get strengthened and you get positive things, and life helps you. You get good results. So that is karma yoga. Of course, we know there is Raja yoga, there is Bhakti yoga. There are different kinds of yoga, and we have transcendental meditation, which is direct yoga, direct unification. Now, karma has a very important influence on our life because nature is like that. It's a law of nature. It's a law of life that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And we know this from physics. You know, if you hit your hand against a wall, intentionally or not, you feel pain. That is because the wall reacts to you, and whatever force you have put to the wall, it comes back to you, and in this case, it might hurt you. Now, of course, you don't have to come back in next life as a wall, and the wall has to come back as yourself and hit you. So it doesn't work like this. It could, in some very rare situations, work like this, but it's an action that is produced in life, in nature, in reality, and it gets its own reaction. So based on the quality of the action, then there will be a quality of reaction. Now, if you do an action today, in certain circumstances, it might take time to get its results in you feeling it and experiencing it. And the reasons for this are many. Some of them include the fact that you have already done actions in the past, and they actually mix up and they come together to create a whole resultant effect. For example, if you plant a tree which is a mango tree, or a banana or an apple tree, you put the seed in the ground. The nature of things are that ultimately it will take time for this seed to grow, become a tree, and give you a mango or an apple. Now, if you plant a mango tree, you will be getting mangoes, and if you plant an apple tree, you will be getting an apple. This is also an action and reaction principle. Nature reacts to something you have done, and it leads to a certain result. So let's say you plant a tree and then you forgot about it, but somehow nature takes care of it. And then one day you pass by, you even forgot that you planted the tree and you wanted to eat apples, but you planted a mango. So in this case, you will have to find that at this time, when you are wanting to eat and you're hungry and you find yourself in front of this tree, it is the mango that you'll have to eat, not the apple, because you planted that tree and that comes to you. So your actions of the past influence what happens in the future, depending on a number of factors, which include your action. It includes your state of enlightenment, of awareness, your purity of consciousness. We'll talk about this. It also includes factors from the environment in terms of how soon the result will come, and your actions, all of them in a cumulative way, so that if you had done something, let's say, that is not right, that is hurtful to somebody, but let's say afterwards, before the reaction comes, you have done something nice to them, you've hurt somebody, but before they get angry and they hurt you, you send them some flowers, or you send a letter of apology. Then you have negated this karma of having done something wrong, something hurtful, and you have negated it by a positive thing. So it is possible to buy back one's karma by having a new karma. Now, this gets complicated because so many things we do, so many things happen, and so many things have happened in our past. And if you believe in reincarnation, which is, that something happens in your past life and you are reborn again, then these are the kinds of things that come to you.